right, so we have a little late Easter dinner coming up in 2 days. We have some friends coming over, and I'm doing a turkey and a ham and a bunch of sides. In preparation for that, I need to spatchcock the turkey, which essentially means cut the backbone out, break the breastbone, and flatten the whole thing out. And then after the turkey is spatchcocked, we're going to do a dry brine. Dry brine essentially just means putting salt on the turkey and letting it sit in the fridge overnight. I'm going to allow it to sit in the fridge uncovered for 2 days. That's going to help the skin dry out, which is going to give us a crispier skin in the oven. Dry brine essentially is sprinkling the whole top of the turkey, bottom of the turkey with salt. After we sprinkle all the salt on the top, you can add other seasonings. I'm just going to do salt for now, other seasonings later. The salt is going to draw the moisture out of the turkey, which is essentially going to give us a wet brine on top, some salty liquid on top, and then that turkey will reabsorb the salty liquid, and you're gonna get a nice salty bite of turkey all the way through. I've done this several times, it works out great. So let's get to it. Alright, so it's ham time. I've got a bone-in ham, and we are going to spiralize it, throw it on the smoker, do a glaze as it smokes. Today's Tuesday, dinner's tomorrow. Typically I would do this day of, but we got lots to do tomorrow. So I'm gonna smoke it, and then tomorrow I'll reheat it. So, ham's already fully cooked. It's a double smoke because it's cooked and smoked originally. We're gonna cook and smoke it again, and then tomorrow we'll just reheat it and eat it. I like the spiralizing because it's easier to shave nice slices off, and you get nice flavor and glaze in between the spiral. Buying a spiralized ham typically costs 2 to 3 times more than just a bone-in ham, so I typically do the spiralizing myself. Sorry for my voice, our whole family has been sick for the last week, and we're gonna push through. So went to our little grocery store nearby, got some apricot jam. We're gonna throw this on the smoker. You can do it in the oven, put it in probably 250, 300, try around that temperature. This is already cooked. I could eat this, not going to, as is. We're just trying to get a little bit more flavor on it and heat it up and get a nice presentation. So after this starts looking a little bit smoked or a little bit cooked, we're gonna put this in a pot, heat it up so it's a little bit easier to spread with a brush. I'm not going to be really adding any other seasonings to this. This is a cured pork product. cured, meaning it has already a lot of salt in it. So really just jam, heat it up, brushed on every, say, 20-25 minutes. Alright, it is Wednesday. It is Turkey Day. So, one more thing before we put the turkey in the oven is we are going to mix a bunch of garlic and sage and butter, mix it all together, rub it all over the turkey. Gonna heat it up in the microwave for a few seconds so it's nice and soft and we can smear it all over the turkey. And then the turkey's going in the oven 450 for probably about half an hour, then I'll reduce it down to 300 for likely another hour and a half, or until the breasts reach about 145 and the thighs and legs reach about 180-ish. So let's get to it. So, after 2 days in the fridge, uncovered, you can see the skin has dried out a lot, which is going to help with some nice crispy skin. And there is no more salt on the surface, which means all of it has absorbed deep into the meat. This is a dirty process. Basically what we're going to do is we're going to try to separate the skin from the meat all over. Trying not to tear it like I just did there. Okay, so this is going to go in the oven. I've got it set at 450. Our oven seems to run a little bit cooler than it says. So somewhere in between 425 and 450 for about half an hour. You're really just looking for pretty close to the color of what you want in the end result, which is gold and brown. You are going to develop a little bit more color over time. After about half an hour, we'll drop the temp to 300, 325. We'll cook it to the rest of the way, and then we're just cooking to internal temperature. The breast, we're looking for around 145, 150. The leg, thigh, we're looking around 180. So let's get her in. Here is our stock that we started last night. So last night, you saw everything that went into it. Filled it up with water, let it boil down about halfway, filled it up again, let it boil down a little bit. Then it was bedtime, so I threw it in the fridge. Just threw it back on to heat it up, and we'll let it boil down a little bit further. We'll strain it off, and then we have a delicious, very delicious stock. All right, so the other sides we're gonna do, I'm not gonna go through the whole thing. I'm pretty busy right now trying to prepare all of this. So basically just gonna walk you through it. It's very simple. Nothing to be done about these, but wine rolls, savory butter rolls, delicious. I'm going to do mashed potatoes. And we are going to do Brussels sprouts with bacon. So that's the turkey after about probably 25 minutes, averaging at 425. So we'll lower that temp down to about 300, 275, 325, somewhere in that range, depending on how quickly you need the turkey. And we're gonna let that cook. And in 45 minutes, we'll check the temperature. All right, let's make a glaze. So, in a small pot, we are going to add roughly half a cup of maple syrup. I don't think I have that much in here, unfortunately. That's real maple syrup. So we're gonna top it off with some buttery table syrup. Just looking for some sweetness. Something like that. I'm going to do, I don't know, 2-ish tablespoons of low sodium soy sauce. Try for low sodium, that turkey already has a lot of salt on it. Roughly 1 tablespoon of Dijon, something like that. Some butter, half a stick-ish. Garlic. In hindsight, I should have kept some of that sage to put in here, and I don't have any other fresh herbs, so I'm just doing garlic. But you could do any sort of herb. Really, you could do any sort of sweet if you're not a huge maple fan. Not that the maple is going to come through a lot, but like honey would also work. Sprig of thyme or rosemary would be great in there. Also going to add some apple cider vinegar just for a little bit of acidity. Probably 2 tablespoons. That'll heat up, melt on the stove, and we will start brushing our turkey with it every 20 minutes. Playing tag with my daughter in between all of these little takes. So, we're gonna do a temp check on the turkey. We're gonna strain the stock and probably do the first glaze actually on the turkey as well. So, bring the turkey out. Good. Hope I didn't let it go too long before I could start glazing it. But I can also glaze it when it rests if I need. For context, this has been cooking for an hour, maybe. We're pretty much there though. Would love the thighs and the legs to be a bit higher, but they will also carry over. Well, the legs are up there. So we're gonna rest, and we're gonna glaze as we rest instead of glaze as we cook. It is a smaller bird than I typically do. I think this was like 9 pounds because we're only feeding 5 adults. And typically I would do like a 12 pounder, something like that. So probably should have considered that. Not a bad thing. I just would have liked to cook on some glaze. What I'll likely do is let it rest. I'll glaze it right now, let it rest open like this for 15 minutes. Then I'm going to tent it with foil, glaze it again, let it rest like that. And then I might put it in the oven at 170, one more glaze for about like 15-20 minutes after it's rested for a little bit. One last thing that I'm going to do before I put too much glaze on this is pull the drippings, and I'm just gonna put them straight into the stock. If you do it after you've glazed too much, then your drippings are gonna be super sweet, which is gonna alter the stock flavor. You don't really want a sweet gravy, or maybe you do. If you do, then go ahead. I've done it. It's still good, but today, no sweet gravy. Pull the chicken off, dump the drippings in the stock, then we'll put it back on, and then we'll do our glaze. There's our beautiful bacon. So for the gravy, the stock, I'll make a quick little roux in a saucepan, equal parts flour and butter. We'll let that kind of thicken, then we'll slowly drizzle in our stock. That already has the turkey drippings in it, and that's gravy. May need to add some salt because I did not add salt to the stock. Salt to taste, and that's going to be some pretty delicious gravy. The rest of it, because that's not going to use all the stock, likely what I'm going to do is I'm going to simmer that down to probably half of this, and then I'm going to get a really concentrated stock. I'll probably put it in ice cube tray and then make little kind of demi-glace ice cubes that you can just add to meals whenever you want. A little bit of extra turkey flavor, and it's delicious. I also use those little cubes, mix them with barbecue sauce, and use that as like a glaze on the Weber kettle, and it's so good. So those Brussels sprouts are gonna go in. I think I got it 375, 400. Got it in for 10 minutes. We'll check them. We're just looking for a golden brown on the bottom. Then we'll flip them over and do another 5 minutes, and those will be done. that fresh garlic, as it sits in those hot potatoes, will start to lose its super aggressive nature. But I like a little bit of fresh garlic flavor. I feel like we cook down our garlic too much too often. So I have decided on this turkey. I'm going to do one last third coat of glaze. I'm gonna pop it under the broiler on low to get some direct heat on the top to cook that glaze in a little bit and to crisp the skin back up and get a tiny bit more color on the whole thing. Anytime you're using the broiler, you need to be very careful. I've burned many meals by not paying enough attention to the broiler, and especially a turkey like this after spending 3 days on it. Don't want to burn it. So we're just about there. We got some gravy to make. Gravy, gonna melt a bit of butter, probably 2 tablespoons-ish. Melted butter, like I said, roughly 2 tablespoons. We're gonna go probably like 1 tablespoon of flour. I don't want a super thick roux. So that's gonna give us a super thick gravy, or we'd have to add a lot of stock, which is gonna make a lot of gravy. We don't need a lot of gravy. I'm gonna take this back over to the stove top. Let it cook for 45 seconds, cook the rawness out of the gravy. You can see that's thick. That's going to help us thicken up our gravy. So that's been going 30, 45 seconds. You add your stock all at once, it'll all clump up. So what we're going to do is we're going to just add a little bit at a time. Just did exactly what I said not to do. It's not horrible. Does not look as nice as I would have liked. Disappointed. Well, that sucks. But it's still gonna be delicious. Just doesn't look quite as nice as I was hoping. Brussels sprouts. Alright, well, dinner was delicious. I was a bit disappointed that I over-broiled that turkey by probably 30 seconds. There was 0 off flavors. Everything was moist, delicious. Couldn't be happier really with that turkey. Just didn't quite get that photo at the end that I really wanted, but very, very good. The ham, I will say, was a little bit dry. Just because we reheated it twice. If I was to do that process again, I would likely, in the pan, I would add a little bit of pineapple or like apple or orange juice or something and kind of baste over that 2 hours of the reheat process just to reintroduce some more moisture to it. But overall, it was very, very good. Everyone was happy. Everyone is well fed. We're all looking forward to the leftovers over the next few days. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. It's really going to help me out. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.